Hi there, I'm Alec, one of the project managers here at Cloud9 Consulting. Our team of engineers is excited to be able to present to you today our proposal for the pre-feasibility study, prospectus and online modelling tool for the new emerging hydrogen production market here in South Australia. We're excited to be able to help deliver these products, not just for you, but with you, and with the many stakeholders that you have identified and that we will identify. We're passionate about sustainability, and we're excited about South Australia's opportunity to be at the forefront of this new and emerging hydrogen market. As a local company, we understand the local market. We understand the stakeholders that are engaged, both here locally and globally. And we want to work with them and with you to help kickstart hydrogen production and export here in South Australia. We want to propose a two-stage plan for delivering this. We want to be able to involve the stakeholders early, and we want to involve the stakeholders in what we're producing. We want them to review what we're doing, to work with us, so that we can make sure that we're meeting expectations of both the stakeholders and of you, our client. Now let our team show you exactly what we're going to produce for you and how we're going to do that.
A detailed study into the pre-feasibility of large-scale clean hydrogen production in South Australia will be conducted by the team here at Cloud9. This will aim to inform the South Australian Government as to the requirements, costs and benefits of supporting this development and its production in South Australia for international export. The outcomes of this report will aim to guide the development of the prospectus and the modelling tool. This study will consider hydrogen produced from renewable energy, referred to as clean hydrogen, and hydrogen produced from fossil fuels, as blue hydrogen. The contents of this study will include the following: an outline of the end-use applications and markets, which is to be conducted by a financial advisor, shipping logistics including existing hydrogen carriers, capacities, and fleet size, which is to be conducted by the logistics engineer, consideration of the export terminal, which is also to be conducted by the logistics engineer, production infrastructure, corridors and upstream infrastructure, which will be conducted by the production engineer, and finally a statewide potential and costs analysis, which will be conducted by our costs manager. An iterative qualitative research approach will be applied to data collection for this pre-feasibility study. The results of the study will act as a tool to present the project information to investors. The team conducting the study will ensure accuracy and comprehensiveness of this report. This will allow the South Australian Government to determine whether green and/or blue hydrogen will remain a focus for the prospectus and modelling tool. The report is aimed to be completed by Tuesday the 15th of September to allow enough time for the development of the prospectus and modelling tool leading up to the Australian-Japan Business Cooperation Committee conference.
Cloud9 will prepare a high-quality landmark prospectus for our potential investors, infrastructure developers, and international consumers. This will highlight our pre-feasibility study findings as well as demonstrate South Australia's scope for clean hydrogen projects. This will be prepared in accordance to the Corporations Act 2001, and the contents will include an investment overview, so the identification of potential investors, an overview of Cloud9, our project objective, the associated risks and financial information, an industry overview highlighting the scope of hydrogen projects in South Australia, and background studies and pre-feasibility study findings. This will also include security offering details and any additional supporting material that the investors might require to make the investment decision. The development process will be overlooked by our director, and to ensure accuracy, the verification will be conducted by outsourced lawyers and also financial advisors, and the prospectus will also be reviewed and signed off by our fellow chartered accountant. To facilitate coherent and reliable drafting of the prospectus so that legal risks can be mitigated, ongoing due diligence will be conducted by checking the reliability of the information that's published in our prospectus. The development process that Cloud9 will implement to ensure timely and substantial completion of the prospectus will include 2 phases. Phase 1 including the drafting and high-level verification, and Phase 2 would be final verification and translation to Korean, Japanese, and Mandarin. Our prospectus will provide our investors with sufficient and accurate information concerning securities, the risks associated with the project, and any other important information that will assist them to make the investment decision whilst ensuring investor protection and market efficiency.
Cloud9 Consulting will use the DevOps process to develop the online modelling tool. DevOps allows us, the developers, to collaborate with operations, that is the DEM, and industry stakeholders. By involving government and industry experts in the process from the start, we can gain access to the best quality information to use in the modelling tool. At Cloud9 Consulting, we believe that it's the industry experts who have the best idea on what information is required to make investment decisions in the hydrogen industry. This process therefore allows us to be much more robust to any changing requirements in the project. In Phase 1, we will engage these government and industry experts to obtain spatial and costing data. We will then use this data in the modelling tool to create a prototype version. This prototype version, along with a feedback survey, will be provided to the project reference group. We will incorporate the reference group's feedback and make any associated changes to the software ahead of its final release. This will ultimately improve the final quality of the deliverable. So spatial analysis and overlay analysis are the main activities in model development. Overlay analysis involves collecting various data source layers, be it solar productivity, wind productivity, proximity to existing infrastructure, or population density. These data layers are then weighted, and this is used to indicate suitability of a site in the state for production or export facility development. When plotted on a map, this could look something like as shown. Spatial analysis involves modelling the state's hydrogen supply chain as a series of links and nodes. Nodes would represent export and hydrogen production facilities, while links would represent hydrogen transport infrastructure, be it pipes, roads, or rail. By increasing the capacity of a link or a node, an investor can weigh up the capital cost of investment against decreased costs of hydrogen per kilogram or increased production quantities available at a port in SA. This information can be used by an investor to weigh up and ultimately decide on a business case for a specific hydrogen project in SA. This tool would therefore be of great value to the DEM.
Here at Cloud9 Consulting, we know that maintaining stakeholder relationships will be vital to the success of this project in South Australia. We've developed a stakeholder management plan that will enable the resources and knowledge of stakeholders to be utilised effectively, and to ensure that the array of relationships with stakeholders already engaged in the project are expanded. Step 1 involves power, influence, and interest modelling. This modelling splits up key stakeholders into 4 categories based on their perceived power, influence, and interest. This enables us to understand which stakeholders are most vital to the project, which also helps us in Step 2. Step 2 involves the setup of requested project reference groups. We plan on having these meetings at a variety of whole points in the project, and these allow stakeholders to give opinions on sections of work that have just been completed, but also provide insights and technical advice on elements of the project which are just about to begin. Finally, Stage 3 of the stakeholder management plan is a rigorous search for the engagement of new stakeholders, such as end-use applicants or export terminals. With these 3 steps, Cloud9 Consulting is confident in knowing that with a dedicated stakeholder engagement manager, relationships with key stakeholders will be deepened and resources and knowledge within the state of South Australia will be utilised to its full potential.
To ensure that the model is up to the standard that we set here at Cloud9 Consulting, we will develop a quality management plan. This will be used to enable us to maintain quality throughout the development of the model. This will include regular audits against the quality management plan, both conducted internally and externally, a quality risk register, and also a review on the data. Key stakeholders will have an input on the quality management plan to enable us to maintain client satisfaction. The data review process will consist of 3 stages. This will involve a mass collection of publicly available data in stage 1, a data review to identify potential gaps in stage 2, and finally a quality review in stage 3, which will filter data with regard to relevance to this project. Cloud9 maintains constant communication with key stakeholders through monthly progress reports to ensure client satisfaction on the quality of the model.
Now, thanks for listening to our proposal today. We're excited about this opportunity to work with you, to collaborate on this exciting new project. And we want to put South Australia at the forefront of this market. We want to be the ground leaders. We want to be pushing forward. And we're excited to be able to do that with you. So we look forward to hearing back from you soon, and we look forward to working with you on this exciting new project. Thanks.